Inconsistently consistent.
Okay, intro, you're up.
No.
I don't know who did it last, so
I don't know.
you're up.
I don't know who did it last either, to be honest. I don't remember 5 minutes ago. Hello, and welcome back to Inconsistently Consistent. It's the podcast where we apparently are just turning into a rant podcast. My name is Rachel. I love to rant. My favorite activities to do are rant while walking on the beach, rant while at a winery, and rant when I'm just hanging with my cat and I rant to my cat.
And I'm Melanie, and I could rant anywhere. Everywhere, anywhere, over there, under there. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Could make it a Dr. Seuss book.
She could. She really, really could.
And what are we going to rant about, Rachel?
Oh boy. Dear
Loaded
listeners,
question.
here we are today going to rant about Game of Thrones.
Just two white girls that are white girl pissed off at George R.R. Martin and the entire show.
Yep. So if you missed our last 2 episodes where we kind of ranted about stuff, this one stems from our top 10 betrayals. Game of Thrones was, I can't remember, I think was it top 3 or number 4?
I don't remember where it was.
It was somewhere in top 5, I think.
Now, was it specifically that George R.R. Martin betrayed me? Or did we do... No, we did Jamie
and Bran. Oh,
yeah.
God. Jamie and Bran, yeah. And then our last episode, we did Bucky till the end of the lies, which was the title of the episode.
Yeah.
And we talked about Steve Rogers and James Bucky Barnes and the betrayal that happened there. So this is a continuation of what we perceive as betrayals, and we're going to just rant. We're going to try and keep this not too long.
Yeah, we'll attempt that, but I think there's a running theme that, just the world has betrayed us, Rachel. Mm-hmm. And now we must take offense in the form of ranting on a podcast.
Yeah, we can't actually take the revenge we want to take. One, because it's not legal. 2, because it's not legal. And 3, because
we can't find them.
We can't find them.
Some of them are fictional.
Some of them are fictional. Some of them are not fictional. But either way, we can't find them.
All we have is our words.
Mm-hmm. All right. Game of Thrones. If anybody doesn't know what Game of Thrones
noise is that?
Oh, that's the fan on my laptop.
Okay, it sounded like you just got abducted.
I got abducted by the pain.
The pain?
The pain.
What the hell is going on with you? I was thinking just some standard alien abduction. I was like, great content, Rachel. Let's go with it. But no, you got abducted by the pain?
I got abducted by the pain of apparently being a bad friend.
What?
Yeah.
No.
According to some people, I'm a bad friend because I didn't check in enough. So I apologize to you and to any other friends who listen to this if I didn't check in enough on you. But I suck at checking in on people.
Yeah. But Jesus Christ. tell them to go fuck themselves. Or tell them to listen, and then I'll tell them, go fuck yourself. If you need someone to check in on you more, the phone works two ways. And also, get yourself a therapist. They'll check in.
Oh, they will.
That's what you pay them for.
You pay them good money. Yes. All right. Let's start from the beginning. And before we get into this, spoilers. If you haven't seen Game of Thrones, if you haven't, you've been living under a rock. We're just talking Game of Thrones. We are not discussing House of the Dragon.
I still have not seen House of the Dragon.
Melanie has not seen House of the Dragons, hence we cannot discuss House of the Dragon. This is purely Game of Thrones. This is also purely mostly going to be based off the show and not the books, because I have not read all the books. You read any of the books?
I started reading the first one, and then the whole thing where they're like 12 and 14, I couldn't.
Okay.
It was creepy. I was like, Daenerys Targaryen, gorgeous, will make me question my sexuality. But then I'm reading a book, and she's like, what, 12, 14 or something?
Mm-hmm.
And I got through part of it, and I was like, no, this is too confusing. Can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I shut that.
Yeah. So this is solely based on the TV show, which we have both watched.
Yeah, I've only done the one full watch through. I haven't been able to go back because of how much they shit the bed in season 8.
Yeah.
And it's not just the showrunners that did that. I personally blame George R.R. Martin for shitty writing. I'm not even talking about like the writing, the style, the flow, any of that. I'm talking about the substance of it, the content. He fucked it up. He had such good things built. And then he said, you know what would be great if I just set everything on fire? That'd be lovely.
Eli wholeheartedly agrees.
He is losing his shit. He's like, did you see season 8? I didn't like it. And I'm going to tell everyone about it.
He's like, I am going to sing you the song of my people, and you are going to know how upset I am about this as a whole.
He said, season 8 bit me in the ass more than that chihuahua bit me on that nose, okay? I'm more traumatized by season 8.
Facts.
Mm-hmm. He talks about it all the time.
I believe that. Does he talk about his dog therapist?
No, I'm his dog therapist, unfortunately. I'm not qualified.
Okay, all right, you're not qualified. Got it. Okay.
I'm not qualified. But I will keep puppy therapist privilege.
Okay. Okay. So, as you guys could probably tell, most of our issues come with season 8 of the show. This might be a hot take. I did enjoy up until they fought, like the first few episodes where they fought the Night King leading up to that battle. I did enjoy those.
Yeah. I have trouble remembering exactly what was happening, but I could have even overlooked the way the Night King died in that battle not being like big and as grandiose as it should have been if it didn't end the way it did at the end, right? Like the last episode.
Yeah.
Like I could have been like, oh, it could have been better, but it was still pretty good. So I was enjoying it until they really shot the bed with basically my favorite character.
Yeah, what kind of turned it for me is when, first of all, when Daenerys burned King's Landing to the ground.
Yep.
That
out
is
of character.
The turning point for me. Because that was not in her character at all. And she had said up until the whole time that she was not going to be like her dad, because her dad was the Mad King. And he burned everything to the ground, which is why they had to usurp him. And she was like, I'm not going to be like him. I'm going to show that Targaryens are not all crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That her character development did throughout the whole season and show. Like, come on.
Yeah. And I mean, they built up this whole narrative of this like larger than life female ruler who's a badass. So many women looked up to her.
Mm-hmm.
And you have this like gonna free the people, free the slaves, kill the masters. Everyone's kind of free to choose character
Mm-hmm.
and like protecting her people, and then you just tear her down, and you tear her down so quickly
Mm-hmm.
and to just nothing. And I think it's sloppy, not even sloppy writing. I think it's cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really cheap to take exactly what could be thought of to happen, that Mad King turns like has the child that then becomes Mad Queen. I
Mm-hmm.
think that's cheap. It's easy. That's not good writing to me.
Yeah, it's a cop out.
Hmm.
And I, I think, yes, she was upset that Missandei got killed.
Hmm.
That still is not a reason to burn a whole city to the ground.
With children. Children in
With
the streets she's
children.
burning.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's even if they were gonna sell the fact that Daenerys loses her mind and becomes kind of the mad with power and thinks she's completely justified and all this, you need more story than that what they've put in. You need longer, like a longer time. There has to be more episodes to get there.
You need the lore.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
even so, like, I mean, I was gonna say, I was like, I'm not gonna come at this from a feminist perspective, but I fucking am. So you've got the whole like fantastic female character that what do we cop out and do? Oh yeah, she went crazy.
Mhm.
What is she, hysterical? Oh my god. Like fuck off.
Yeah. They could have done it so much better. Like, they could have had it where everybody surrendered as they did, and they just left it at that, and then people could have been like, oh, you got your ruler, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Nah, just burn everybody.
But you know,
Because
they didn't just fuck over Daenerys, like undoing her character development.
mhm,
They did that with a bunch of characters,
they really did.
including what you brought up in that last episode we did. Well, not the last one, but the betrayals episode.
Yeah.
They fucked over Jamie's character.
Jamie fucking Lannister. This has made me so mad. Because starting off the show, fucking hated Jamie. He was a piece of shit. When he got his
Yeah.
hand cut off, I was like, hell yeah, get your hand cut off, you bitch. You deserve it. You fucking your sister, you deserve to have all the things cut off. You know? Like, cut all the body parts off.
And he
But
pushed Bran,
he pushed
right?
Bran
He
out
was
the
the one that
window.
pushes Bran and paralyzes him, which,
Yeah.
like, they're lucky that he was only paralyzed and he survived that.
Yeah.
He
The
he
things
basically
you
tried to
do for
murder a
love
child.
shoves a child out the window.
Yeah, he tried to murder a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh no, this kid has just saw me try to fuck my sister, so now I must
No,
murder him.
the child saw me fuck my sister. He didn't see him almost. They were straight up doggy style. And
Okay, well,
Bran saw
I
them.
must have blocked this part out because I
Probably
don't want to see that.
You probably did. And legit, he was just gonna, like, he was just threatening him, but Cersei, he saw us. I don't know if she meant for him to shove him out the window.
Well, I mean, look at it in that episode, who knows? But
Mhm.
once we got to know Cersei,
Mm-hmm.
I think for sure she wanted him to push him out that window.
Yeah.
Probably was like, can you slit his throat first? Just to make sure.
Yeah.
Just to be
make
sure.
Just
Also, like, knock him around a little bit.
mm-hmm. Can you, like, beat him up just a tad? Like, kick him around like a kickball, you know?
Like, you shouldn't push him out the window. You should drop kick him. See how far he can fly.
Can you beat him out the window?
Just pretend he's Tyrion and give him a fling, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, how do you feel? Jamie, could you just, also kill our brother? I'd like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But we said we're going to go to the start, and we've already gotten to season 8.
It's fine. We're gonna jump all over the place. This is how these episodes go. We don't have a. But like that's the thing. I hated Jamie at the beginning. Fucking hated him. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
got his hand cut off. I was like, good. You got your hand cut off. Got knocked down a bit, and then he had such a good character arc and a
Mm-hmm.
character development that I was rooting for him, especially when he told Cersei like, "I'm going to fight the demon thingies
Yeah.
because that scares me, and there's going to be no world left for our unborn child."
Mm-hmm.
She got pregnant again. I don't know how old she was so she got pregnant, but all right, whatever. She
Yeah.
was geriatric pregnant, you know.
But he like does the honorable thing there. And
Yeah.
that like friendship he had with Brienne also
Mhm.
really helped like the viewer get on board with Jamie being not a piece of shit
Mhm.
anymore. So, cuz Brienne is just chef's kiss, just
Yes.
fantastic.
Mhm.
So, her friendship with him and him like kind of sticking up for her and them together throughout that, and not romantically together, but that
Mhm.
friendship, which I'm pretty sure a lot of people were shipping them.
Oh, I was 100% shipping them. Listen, when they fucked, I was like, hell yeah, let's go. I was so excited. And then he left her because fucking Cersei.
Yeah.
Literally and figuratively, fucking Cersei.
Yeah. I
And he,
wasn't as
he was
mad about
nice.
his, like, them tearing down his character as much, because I didn't ever really shit about him, right? Like, it got better with the whole him and Brienne thing,
Mhm.
but it wasn't enough for me to get over how much of a piece of shit he was.
Mhm.
And I never really like liked his character much
Mhm.
to even get past that, because I mean there's villain characters in lots of things, lots
Mhm.
of different media that I love,
Mhm.
and even though they're total pieces of shit, they're iconic. You love to hate them,
Mhm.
right? Like Hannibal Lecter in Silence of the Lambs. That character might be disgusting, but there's a reason so many people are drawn to that franchise, and then all the offshoots of it. Watching Hannibal, like the character they do for the show Hannibal,
Mhm.
right? And all the different media, like they keep coming back to it because that character just draws you in,
Mhm.
even though he's a fucking murderer and cannibal. But people love him.
Yeah.
But Jamie didn't have that for me. There was nothing kind of like drawing me in with him.
Yeah, he had that for me. And the big thing was when he also knighted Brienne because she
Hmm.
always wanted to be a knight. I was like,
Yeah.
my heart.
I mean, I definitely went from, ugh, I fucking hate this guy, to he's all right. But still, like, when his scenes came up, like,
Mhm.
I wasn't like, oh my God, this is the best. I gotta watch this scene. I was like, okay, when's Jon Snow coming back on screen? Can somebody
Oh,
give me a timestamp?
whew. Kit Harington, oh my lord. Sexy man.
I also feel like they didn't do enough with his character.
Speaking of Jon Snow, oh, Jon Snow.
He's
Not.
too hot for that name.
Did you see that they're doing a Jon Snow spinoff?
No?
Yes, they're doing a spinoff about Jon Snow.
Oh my gosh.
Kit Harington was the one who actually pitched it.
That's nuts. Okay, I'm gonna watch that for sure.
Honestly.
He was one of my favorites. So Jon Snow, Tyrion, and Daenerys were my 3 main characters that I loved from that show. And I feel like none of those 3 were done like very well by the end of the end of the series.
They weren't. They weren't. Let's talk about another person who had a shitty character thing. Jon fucking Snow, since you brought him up.
The one we're already talking about.
The one we're already talking about. But Jon
segue to the exact thing we're talking about.
I have issues with Tyrion as well. I have issues with a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Jon Snow was done such an injustice.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that, one, he had to kill his aunt.
His aunt lover. Mm-hmm.
2, he got in shit for it when everybody saw what she did.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, he's like, I'm gonna go live beyond the wall.
Yep.
Why, sir? Why are you gonna go live beyond the wall?
Because democracy is that bad, apparently.
Apparently. Is that what we should do? Should we go find a wall and live beyond a wall?
You just climb over a wall and be like, we're here.
And just,
Jon, are you here?
Jon, are you here?
Come get us. Speaking of the democracy thing, I always joked, like, anytime someone was like, how do you think Game of Thrones is going to end? I was like, democracy? Because I thought that was the stupidest way it could end. And it basically ended with democracy.
Basically ended with the democracy. We're going to elect a person. How about you fucking don't?
And it was led by Bran, who's as boring as his name. He's literally Bran. Like, the fucking food. Oh, like, what do I need to do? I need to eat more Bran. I can't talk about it when I have to. Why? You know what? Bran? Hang on. I gotta... Yeah, just center yourself. Center yourself.
Hang on.
Take a breath.
I gotta center myself.
The rage will be there when you get back to it.
Did nothing the last 3 seasons of the show. He literally sat around, did his 3-eyed raven bullshit, and was just like the most useless character. And he was just sitting there like, yes, he's coming for me.
Yeah, he just kept looking at, like, squinting at the camera, looking cross-eyed, and they're like, we got it. You're doing excellent. You're going to win the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. And then he was like, I'm doing my 3-eyed raven thing, and they're like, get out of the 3-eyed raven thing. The White Walkers are here. And Bran's just like, nah.
He's like, nah, I love this show, man. I love this show.
You're going to just have to carry me out. While I did that. And then the fact that, like, the other fact is he got creepy as well. He got creepy when he got creepy.
He got creepy. He started creepy. His first thing in the show was to climb up a tower and stare at random adults while they fucked.
That's called voyeurism, and we don't kink shame on this podcast.
He was a child. We do shame that.
That's fair. That's fair. But, like, he literally watched his sister, Sansa, get raped.
What? He did?
Yeah.
In the Raven thing?
Yeah. Because he knew what happened.
That.
He knew what Ramsay did to her, and he watched it.
I told you. He was a creep from the beginning.
He's a fucking creep, man.
Yeah. First he's like incest, and then he moves up to rape. But, you know, he's watching his sister, so also the incest element. He has a theme.
He does have a theme. And he probably watched Jon and Daenerys fuck, too, let's be honest.
Yeah, and he's probably like, I really love me some family porn.
Help me, stepsister, I'm stuck.
Now this is what I call Family Channel.
I took a drink when you said that.
You should know not to. By now.
I'm okay. Oh my god.
I think of Bran as just a kid who watches way too much television, and they're like, no, we need you to come out. Like the White Walkers are coming. He's like, no, 5 more minutes, Mom. I'm watching this show.
No,
The siblings are about to fuck. It's my favorite part.
he's the person who like yells at. He's the person who lives in the basement and yells at people on like Fortnite and calls them pussies. Because it's his favorite thing to watch. He's teabags. When he plays Medal of Honor or COD, he teabags all of his teammates when they die.
Yeah, I would
He's
agree
like,
with
you
that.
like that? Yeah, you like that? Yeah, that's right, you like that.
I would agree with that, but I feel like he doesn't do enough to even pick up a controller and control a character. He would just like be the one that got logged into the game, stood in a corner, and watched everybody else do it, and then go, "Now teabag him. Now do it. Yeah, like that. Slower, slower. I'm really enjoying this."
He's directing the teabag. Yeah. He's one of those guys that when he grows up, he's going to be a milady top hat guy.
Yeah, they just the hat on Game of Thrones because they lost the budget.
Exactly.
Trying to CGI out Daenerys' Starbucks cup
exactly.
in Winterfell.
Exactly. And then, of course, Tyrion, my man. Listen, I love you. You're one of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
But you cannot look me in the eye through the camera, even though you know I'm not there. You cannot do that and say, who's better person than Bran the Broken? Nah, Jon fucking Snow is a better person. Let's be honest. Sansa would have been a better person.
The friggin' twig in the corner, a better person.
The Starbucks cup would have been a better person.
That's what they should have put on the throne at the end.
The Starbucks cup.
The Starbucks cup.
Like, even Tyrion himself.
Yeah, I mean, at least he does stuff.
Tyrion
he drinks wine and fucks bitches.
He drinks and he knows things, which is me. I drink and I know things.
I know things, but you know, I had to kind of not drink.
I haven't drank in a while, but no, since the wedding. I got decently drunk at the wedding. Oh, little side tangent note. I told one of my friends who stream, haha, he's twitch.tv/haha_lele, that I wanted to marry my boyfriend, and I hope to get married.
Oh. Did you say you're gonna have a red wedding?
Listen.
Game of Thrones humor here.
I did ask Kayla, my friend who got married, if she was playing Reigns of Castamere at all during the reception, and she said I was very upset.
How dare she?
So
how dare?
When I get married, I'm for sure as hell playing Reigns of Castamere at some point and see how many people panic.
Oh. So Lexi had a dream where she got married.
Oh no.
And I wasn't there.
What?
I know, I was offended. And all of Kayla's bridesmaids were there, including you, and you were all wearing Kayla's bridesmaid dress. And you were sitting in the pews, apparently, and Lexi was like, Rachel, we need you up here. And then you stood up and you elbowed everybody out of the way and said, I'm the maid of honor now, bitches. And took over. And I was like, Lexi, if you didn't invite me, then at least Rachel defended my honor. I just thought it was hilarious. I was like, obviously you didn't invite me. Because Kayla's maid of honor was her maid of honor in the dream, but then you took over. And you were just elbowed your way in.
I was like,
I'm maid of honor now, bitches.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, so anyways, the Starbucks cup would have been better ruler than Bran.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Mm.
Like,
You know, I think we've talked about all these people they've done wrong, like all these characters.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple of characters that actually got done right by the end of things. Like Sansa becoming Queen of Winterfell.
Mm-hmm.
Well deserved.
Again, another character I hated from the beginning because
you hated Sansa?
she was a pick girl.
I did not like her in the first bit.
No, I hated her. I did not like her at all. And then eventually she grew on me because she went through some character development and she went through some trauma, which, as a therapist in training, I'm like, oh yes, give me the trauma. That sounds so wrong.
And I'm just like, oh, trauma, relatable. Now I understand you. You were too normal before.
Melanie's
I don't get it.
Melanie's like, I get you now. Trauma, yeah.
I was like, oh, Sansa, I could never understand that. What is going on in her head? And then she goes through trauma, and I'm like, I get her. I really understand. What a character. We'd get along. But I think they did really well with Arya.
Yes.
Like, I know people were pissed that Jon didn't even fight the Night King. But having Arya kill the Night King, for her character only, was badass.
Yes.
Like, that, little kid who had to run for her life, who, didn't want to be this girly girl, which I related to so much, because I was a tomboy kid, oh, don't make me wear a skirt, don't make me wear pink, I'm gonna do what I want, thing. So, to go from, that to the badass that she was by the end of it, I think her character proud.
They did. I agree with that. They did her proud. She was good bean. Good job.
That's the minority characters, though. There were so few characters that were done well.
Who else was done well that I like?
It's very hard to tell.
It is.
The Hound.
Yeah.
He went back to try to save his brother, right?
No, he fought his brother.
Yeah. Right, he fought his brother. In the castle as it's crumbling.
For him, I think that was the only way it could end, is with him killing his brother.
Yeah.
Which he got to do, and I enjoyed him and Arya's frenemy ship. Frenemy ship? Yeah, we'll call it that. Where he was trying to bring her to Cersei, but then he ended up actually caring for her, and she ended up caring for him.
And kind of training her up a little bit. The first bit of training she had kind of in the real world and not
with the
controlled setting. Yeah.
Not with the dancer.
What happened to Bronn?
He survived. He got his castle, he got his wife, and he went on his merry way.
I didn't like that.
No.
I get the fact that he was not going to step into a fight for Tyrion, which he would obviously lose. That, I think, was right in his character, in line with his character. But I enjoyed the Bronn-Tyrion friendship so much.
Oh, I love the Bronn-Tyrion friendship. It was one of my favorites on the show.
That was such a highlight for me. And then the fact that they kind of just disappear him out of existence at this point. I didn't like how they just faded him out.
Yeah. I like the Bronn-Tyrion Podrick dynamic a lot.
The what?
His squire, Podrick?
Podrick, right.
Yeah.
I thought you said Poggart. And I was like, is this one of those internet things I just don't understand?
You're asking me about internet things?
I don't know. You're friends with Twitch streamers.
Just because I'm dating a Twitch streamer doesn't mean anything, okay?
Okay, brag much.
I'm dating a Twitch streamer. Oh my god, guys. I'm so cool.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. He's so cool. He would kill me right now. Heard this. He would kill me.
Hi, Gigi.
Hi, Brando.
Does he know I call Gigi?
No, but that's okay. He doesn't need to know.
Why? I think that's a pretty good name of the names I've given.
I mean, yeah,
Milkman, dude, and those are just me being nice for the podcast.
Yeah, I know what you actually want to call them.
There's a whole lot more syllables.
In fact, there's not like a censor effect. I could censor all your swear. Oh wait, there is.
But what about the quack?
Oh, we can still use the quack. Don't worry. The quack will forever live on in the quackness.
I'm waiting for the quack.
Oh, I don't have the audio effects. It's in my actual like editing things.
You added in post?
In post.
It's been so long. I forgot. How will I ever hear the quack?
You'll have to listen to the episode.
I can't do that. I don't like the sound of me.
Well, how do you think I feel? I edit these things.
Yeah, but you're a braver person than I am.
I have honestly become tone deaf to the sound of voices that when I edit, I'm just like, yeah.
Sometimes I have listened to bits of it and I'm like, what was I saying? Why would I say that? Stop it. Shut your mouth, Melanie. Shut your mouth. So that's why I don't listen.
I forget half the things I say, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm editing, I'll be like, Jesus Christ, did I actually say this? Like, I forgot when I was editing the last rant we did, and I made a Burger King foot lettuce reference. I forgot I did that.
I forgot you did that too.
So when I was editing, I started laughing, and I was like, I forgot I did this.
I liked that.
Unfortunately, the Burger King
I totally forgot about it.
Burger King foot lettuce has been retired from Noah's channel redeems because it got abused. So, rip Burger King foot lettuce. You will be missed.
Rest in pieces.
Rest in foot lettuce.
You gotta tear up the lettuce. Exactly. And then it's rest in pieces.
It's true, pieces of lettuce.
Oh, something that bugged me. So, I don't know about you, but I was like always so eager for the next season to come out for Game of Thrones, because I think I started watching when season 3 premiered, and I binged the first 2 and then caught up and started watching like the week for week from season 3 on. But I was so just enthralled by the show that every time the season would finish, I would be like scooping out online for like theories and what the book said, because I wasn't going to read them, and to try to like figure out what was going to happen. And there were so many good theories. There was theories about having the 3 dragons and that there were 3 Targaryens. It was called I believe it's like something like the Dragon Riders theory or something.
Okay, yeah.
And they had this theory that Jon and Daenerys and Tyrion were all 3 Targaryens.
I remember seeing that one, or you told me about it.
I don't know, maybe both. But the 3 of them were all Targaryens and would all ride the 3 dragons at the end of things, right? But then, once the first dragon died, that kind of changed things up. Yeah. But I thought that was such a cool theory. And then the fact that Jon is then found to be a Targaryen kind of just added credence to it.
Yeah.
But then how they just didn't really go anywhere with that.
They didn't really. A thing I didn't like about that is like they introduced it, but they didn't really use it as a plot line, Like they kind of just like, oh yeah, you're the son of Prince.
Is it Aegon? Or is that his name?
Aegon. No, hang on. Rhaegar.
Rhaegar was the Mad King, I believe. Or no, wait, no, it's not.
No, hang on. Aegon the Conqueror? No, the old one.
No, Jon Snow was born Aegon Targaryen. That's why I'm getting Aegon.
And the prince...
But he was the son of Rhaegar, you're right.
Rhaegar, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Rhaegar and Lyanna.
Yeah.
But they didn't really do anything with that. They kind of introduced it, and then there was kind of the thing of, like, Daenerys being like, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
That means you would get the throne.
Let me pitch something.
Okay.
So if I was going to write Mad Queen Daenerys and have her fully lose her shit, why does she not understand that Jon is a threat to her rule and not off him?
You know what? Why did they do that?
Right? Now, so if I was writing this, and I wouldn't because it's stupid. And so I want to make Daenerys go batshit crazy, full Mad Queen. She's got to have, and she does show some suspicion of Jon and worried that he would, like, try to overtake her because, he's got the penis. So obviously that makes him a better ruler.
Of course.
In this time. And so he's got that more right to rule because of that. So if that's playing on her, I would make that show up. Even maybe like weird dream sequences or hallucinations of like him taking the throne and her being like the sidekick and lead to him being murdered by her at some point and her going batshit, like throw it, like blowing fire on everybody. Because if she's willing to kill her lover and nephew, the only real family she has left at that point, who she says she loves, for power, that seems more in line with, okay, I'm so power hungry and how dare you all stand up to me, and then blast the shit out of a city. The fact that Missandei, yeah, the fact that she's killed, and yes, she's like very close to her, but that to me isn't enough of a trigger. So if she's starting to lose it, and you start showing those glimpses of, oh look, she's kind of hallucinating, she's kind of going mad, she kills Jon, that could be that catalyst to fully flip her into full-on Mad Queen. And then have someone else have to take her down by the end of it.
You know what would have even better than like the hallucinations and stuff? If she saw like Jon and like say Jon and Tyrion talking, and she started to think that like he told him.
Yes.
And now Tyrion's trying to advise him.
Yeah.
Because
that's
Tyrion
suspicion.
wants him on. And like say for example, if she did find out that like did he told his siblings. Yeah, he told like
so.
Yeah, he told Arya and Sansa. Bran already knew because he's a creep. So like, and if he saw them talking,
sorry, it took me a second. Yeah. Okay.
But like, and then she saw them talking, and like we know Sansa didn't like her. So she saw them talking. That could add more paranoia. And then if she asked him about it and he just brushed off, or he wouldn't tell her what they talked about, which is kind of like, oh, we were just catching up, because I haven't seen my siblings in like years, and I thought they were all dead.
Yep.
And she could be like, he's trying to take over. He's planning to usurp me once we take the city. And then... Then she can go crazy.
And then, so what if what you're saying is what's happened? She kills Jon in like a fit of rage and all this, and she's spouting a whole bunch of nonsense that he's like plotting against her, blah, blah, blah. Arya and Sansa find out that she killed him, and Arya and Sansa plot to take down Mad Queen post her blasting the shit out of the city, right? Because that could have been something them going like, wait, hold on, Jon was supposedly returned somewhere, like that she's given this story that Jon left or something, and then she blows the shit out of the city, killing friggin' children, maybe she's not telling the truth, and then
And
they
Arya
plot
was
with
there,
Tyrion.
remember? Arya was there when she was burning the city. She's seen that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I mean, like, she would have given him, like, a story to be like, oh, yes, I sent John off on this friggin' quest because he's the only one I trust. Ha 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 ha.
I said
But actually, John's dead.
for some reason.
Yeah. And then, like, Arya, Sansa, Tyrion have to team up and, like, trade all the information they have and take down the Mad Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And then figure out how to rule the friggin' place at some point.
And Bran would just sit there being like,
I knew it all
like
along.
to watch.
I just like to watch.
I just like to watch.
Just tell me when you're going to kill her so I can make sure to try channel.
We need to watch the death.
I am the one who watches. Like, they should have just... Okay. Also, what they should have just done with Bran's character is he likes to watch, make him also the one who then likes to write the histories.
Right?
Right? And then that's fine. He'd get his, like, creep on, watching people, and then writing it down and reliving it and jerking off to it if he really feels like it. And then
he watches, tells Sam, who writes it down.
Ah, yes. And then, you know, the Daenerys going nuts is documented. And then, you know, the Starks are like, how are we gonna handle this? And they maybe it does go democracy, but we don't make Bran in charge.
No, because he would just watch everybody in the kingdom.
Yeah. It's like they're having a council meeting, and they're like, Bran, come on, Bran. And he's like, I'm sorry, I'm watching one more time while they have sex. Get back to me in 5. I picture Bran as just like a stoner, but in a creepy way of like, I just like to watch and get high.
He's like,
like, dude, she's fucking her cousin.
Dude,
man.
Look at the way his balls slap against her. Hell yeah, brother. Oh my god.
The hell yeah, brother. Just went a little Hulk Hogan, Rachel.
I'm sorry.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother. We're just
brother and his aunt. But he's not really my brother.
The brother reminds me of like the moth memes. You remember when those were going around?
No.
And there were all these moth memes, and it'd be like, brother, bring us lamp.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I don't know why, but anyone that says brother, I go like the Hulk Hogan, like, what are you doing there, brother?
You want to fight, brother? Oh my god. Let's fuck, brother.
Oh my gosh.
Oh god.
Okay, and there's too many dragons dying for me, okay?
Yeah.
And also, we need a spin-off to know what the hell happened to the last dragon, okay?
It flew away.
Yeah, but like, where did he go? What is he doing? Is he okay? He just lost his mom. Is he in dragon therapy?
I was gonna say he found a dragon therapist. So that spin-off is gonna be, I can't remember that dragon's name. Drogon?
Was it Drogon?
The one that survived.
I don't know which one.
I don't remember which one survived. But the
what
one that
survived.
The spin-off is
Game of Thrones.
Season therapy.
Drogon, yeah, you're right.
Oh, I was right. I guess. Man, I'm on a roll today.
Rhaegal and Viserion both died.
Yeah. But yeah, so Dungeons and Dragon Therapy, that's the spinoff for that. And the poster is him just leaning on a rock that's shaped like a chair. And there's like a dire wolf holding a notepad.
Yes.
It's Nymeria holding, no, it's
Ghost?
Ghost.
No, Ghost died, right?
No, Ghost survived.
What? Oh, you know what I'm mixing them
No,
up with? I'm
Nymeria
mixing
did
them up with
survive.
Summer.
Yeah. Summer died. Lady was killed. Shaggy Dog was killed. So it's just Ghost, Nymeria survived, and Rob's one was killed as well. Can't
I'm
remember
pretty
the
sure
name.
Rob's was Summer.
No, Summer was Bran's. I don't remember what Rob named his direwolf. Not that it matters.
I know. I must know because I thought it was Summer.
No, Summer is Bran.
Grey Wind.
Grey Wind. So the only ones that survived were Nymeria because Arya let her run into the forest so she wouldn't die, and Ghost survived because Ghost is just a badass.
Yeah, Game of Thrones really did me wrong with all the animal deaths. Okay,
They did.
right? You did not have to be that cruel. Kill some more people, please.
You also didn't have to cut the wolf's head off and stick it on Rob's body and then parade it around the castle.
Yeah.
Like that was just too far.
Also, I don't remember what the battle was. It was outside of like a summary castle, and it was a whole bunch of horses, and Daenerys, it was when she started like killing people after the battle. It's like season 5 or 6 or something. I think Sam's family.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah,
can't
the
remember what the
Charlies.
battle's
Yeah,
called. Yeah.
I can't remember it either. But
I was so upset that the horses were losing their legs.
oh yeah,
I remember that. I was so pissed off. And I was like, how dare you? Would you just keep cutting the people's heads off instead of the poor legs of the horses? They didn't deserve that. They don't understand.
the horses don't understand what's happening.
No, they're just running in the right direction because they're good boys and girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't cry at people dying in movies or anything usually. But as soon as an animal dies, I'm like, why did you do it?
I cry at everything. Let's be honest. I'm an emotional person.
As soon as an animal goes, I cried over the dragons.
I didn't cry over the dragons actually.
Why? They were good boys.
I don't know. I just cried over. I didn't cry much in Game of Thrones actually. I cried more in Lucifer.
I still haven't finished Lucifer. I go through phases of it where I'll watch something like obsessively and then I'll get sick of it.
Mhm.
Or I get to the point where I'll get almost to the end and I don't want it to end so that I never watch the finale. I did that with what is it? Westworld.
Mhm.
I think they have another season out though now. But I got to season 3 and I finished all of the season except that last episode and I still haven't watched it. Cuz I don't know, I just stop.
Melanie.
I have a problem.
You
The
have
first
many
step
problems.
is admitting it on a podcast.
You have many problems, Melanie.
I do, but this is one that I have as well. It's one of a bigger one where I do that all the time too. Books, movies, TV shows especially, because I can watch like 25 episodes and then there's like one left and I'm like, well, I should do something else, like start another like 5-season series, or maybe I'll write a book. Or I'll just watch paint dry. I don't know.
MellyFlynnBooks.com to find the toy maker, everybody. Okay, one thing, I did read some of the books, and they kept it pretty close to the first, I think it was 1.5, if I remember.
Mm-hmm.
In the books, though, because I remember getting to this part, Catelyn survived the Red Wedding.
She survived it this time.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. She came back at another season.
No.
And they're like, bitch, she should be dead.
She didn't come back. Don't gaslight me. Don't do this.
I swear to God, I thought she did.
She did not
Hold
come
on.
back.
Survive. Red Wedding. Well, where was the part where she came back? What am I thinking of? Messed up shit? Yeah, so like the Lady Stoneheart thing from the books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought Stoneheart, Game of Thrones, TV? Did this? Oh. I don't know why. I must have read the whole thing about Lady Stoneheart when I was um a googling back around after Red Wedding and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and thought, "Oh yeah, that's going to come up in the show." And then just assumed it was part of the show.
No, it wasn't because that
But
was in the books, but
yeah.
that wasn't in the show. Like she was dead, dead.
Yeah, but I like in the book she gets resurrected,
Yes, she can't
right?
talk obviously because they slit into her vocal cords.
Yeah, like she's not herself. She's messed up. But I I must have read that and as like a thing
Mm-hmm.
before, like after Red Wedding had happened, but
Mm-hmm.
before the next season had come out, and then like assumed it was going to happen,
Mm-hmm.
and it never did. And I think there was even like art done of people taking the actress that played her
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like photoshopping it to be like, oh, is Lady Stoneheart gonna show up?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm kind of like meshing all that together.
Yeah, no, it would have been cool if she did show up, but alas, she did not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also,
Oh, go
the
ahead.
how many books have come out now with Game of Thrones?
He's not done the last one.
But the
There's
rest of them
five.
have come out?
There's five of them. He's probably, from what people have been saying, he's probably not going to finish it because the show's finished because he told the writers how it was going to end in case he died.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's that.
Yeah, it says there's one, two, three, four, five. Five out, one forthcoming, and one planned.
Yeah, he's probably not going to do
Yeah.
those, from my understanding, because the show's ended already. He told them how it ended because in case he
Mm.
died.
See, if I was him, I would take what you learned from everybody hating the ending of the show
Mm-hmm.
and revise, right? Like, do something different. If people hated the Daenerys shit, change it,
Yes,
right?
make it better.
Use it as the way to fix it, and then all those people that loved the show might actually read the book and go, thank God this
Mhm.
happened here. This is so much better. The books are way better than the show.
Yeah.
But will he? Who knows?
He probably won't. He's making too much money. He's not going to care.
Well, he can take this idea for free. Fix it.
No, you cannot take this for free. If
No,
you
just
take
the
this
idea.
idea,
Just
you
the
pay
idea
us.
that I said to fix it. That's it. Now, if he takes
Okay.
any of the proposed ideas, I want payment.
I want payment. I'll be like that meme of the guy pointing to his hand. Give me the money.
Bitch better have my money.
Bitch, but have my money. Uh, uh, uh. Bitch, but have my money.
Also, just back to this Tyrion. Tyrion
Yeah.
was one of my favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
He was someone like every time he was on screen, I enjoyed him,
Mm-hmm.
right? He was able to have like a good chemistry, banter with just about every character that he came in contact with.
Mm-hmm.
And we just like did nothing with him at the end.
Yeah, what did he get? He got nothing.
I mean, wasn't he made Hand of the King or something to Bran?
He was made something,
Hand
but
of
he did
the dumbass?
hand of the watcher.
He's Bran's the Watcher, Tyrion's the Wiper. I'm sorry.
I hate it.
I would like to
I hate it.
apologize.
I hate it so
I'd
much.
like to formally apologize. It went through my head, and I should have said, "Keep your mouth shut, Melanie."
Why did you say this?
It came through my head.
I hate it.
Some I think things, and then sometimes I'm stupid enough to say it out loud.
So am I, but I don't say things like that.
It's just, the watcher, the wiper, like it's good like symmetry or whatever. I don't know. It's rules of comedy. I've heard I don't know what they are.
You don't like rules, so why would you read the rules of comedy?
Hey, okay? Sometimes you need to know the rules before you break them.
No, I just break rules.
Okay, we're going to talk about the Scream franchise sometime because that's my favorite way to quote this. Like to talk about this.
Yes, the rules of horror. Yep.
Yes, the rules of slashers.
Yeah, the rules of surviving a slasher.
Yeah, and they talk about it in every movie.
Like, oh my
and
god.
then they subvert the expectations. Don't even do this. I love the Scream franchise. Don't do this to me, Rachel.
I love the Scream franchise as well, though.
How dare you take the franchise name in vain like that?
Listen, Daddy Loomis can do so many things to me, okay?
I mean,
Brando,
yeah,
if you
he
hear
was
this,
hot, okay?
I love you.
I'm trying to think. I'm like, was he my favorite killer? Stu wasn't, for sure.
I'm feeling woozy, man.
He was good comedic relief, though.
He was.
That actor, I always forget his name. He's really...
He played Shaggy and
yeah.
in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie as well.
Oh my god, is he?
Yes, he's the main, he's like the main villain guy who made the
Afton?
Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria.
Afton?
Is that his name?
William Afton is one of the main guys.
William Afton, yeah.
That could be interesting. I'm gonna watch the movie. It might be shit, but I'm gonna watch it.
I'm so excited to watch that movie. I can't wait.
I really hope they give Mark a cameo. They need to have a Markiplier cameo.
They need to. Is this the bite of 87?
Have you seen some of the fan edits of editing Mark into the trailer?
I think so, yeah. We've got off topic.
Yeah, okay, we need to loop on back.
I mean, I don't know if I have anything else to say about Game of Thrones at this point. It just hurts.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen so much about how, like, because we didn't even get into the technical shit, which you'd have to watch that over and over to do it, but yeah. I've seen so much, like, we mentioned the whole Starbucks cup being in the middle of Winterfell in front of Daenerys at one point in season 8, but there's so much other things in season 8 that were rushed, technical wise, because there's articles upon articles talking about, like, things didn't make sense in battles of, like, blood spray coming the wrong directions, and other things that I read once upon a time and don't remember, but just things not done well, right? Because they were, like, rushing to get it out instead of taking the time to make it better.
Yeah.
But
I think that's one of the issues with the last season is they were in such a rush to get it all out that they could have, because it was only 6 or 7 episodes long. They could have made it 10.
Yeah, and you know what? They made technically what they thought was the last book into 2 seasons. So they had 2 seasons to get it right. But the first half of that last book, that season 7, was all right. I don't remember anything sticking out to me like, oh god, why did they do that to me? But then season 8, I think they started off pretty strong, and then it just fizzled out so fast. into just pure fuckery.
Yeah, no, they started off strong. Like I said, everything leading up to probably Missandei being killed.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I feel like the turning point for me was when the White Walkers, that battle wasn't as big as it could have been, and then
mhm,
right after that it started to fizzle out more to me.
yeah,
But like like I said, I could get over that stuff if the ending wasn't such shit.
yeah, I could as well, but the ending sucked balls.
Oh, one thing about the ending though.
Mhm.
So I hold on. There's a song by The Weeknd that was on the album.
Yes,
I think I've mentioned this to you
you
before, but I
have.
want
Yeah,
to
you
mention it on the podcast. So I want to look up first. Okay, The Weeknd Game of Thrones song. Okay, yeah, he did a song with SZA called "Power Is Power." Oh, and Travis Scott is on it
have.
apparently. Um, it's a good song. Like I like The Weeknd, so I liked this song, and the lyrics in the song. Let me read them to you because the song came out. Uh, would you look up when that song came out and when the season finale ended?
Yeah.
So, well, which one are you looking up right now?
I'm looking up when the song came out. What's it called? Power is Power?
Power is Power. Okay, and the
It
Game of
came
Thrones.
out in 2019.
Yeah, can we get an exact release date, maybe?
Let me see if I can get an exact release
Date.
date.
Okay, the air date for the season finale.
Okay, April 18th, 2019 is when the song came out.
April what? 2019?
18th.
18th.
Yeah.
Okay, so the season 8 premiere of Game of Thrones was April 14th, 2019. The
Mm.
finale of that season, which was the finale of the whole show, May 19th, 2019. Now, in this song, it says, I don't know, I'm going to read out little glimpses of the lyrics. So it's like, I was born of the ice and snow, with winter wolves in the dark alone. Okay, dot, dot, dot. And then it gets to a knife in my heart couldn't slow me down, which he got stabbed in the heart at one point,
Yes.
right? So,
Yeah.
because obviously we're talking about Jon Snow
Hmm.
here, and it's like, heavy is the crown only for the weak.
Hmm.
Excuse you. So, power's power, fire never goes out. I rise from my scars, nothing me now.
Hmm.
So, like, that sounds much like Jon there, right?
Yes.
And then we get into this section of I've been down the coldest war. I'll know where I've been because I bled before. And it's like, how do I know if I let you stay? How do we know if we did it your way?
Hmm.
You wouldn't take my place. Put me away. I'd die looking up at your face. And then it's going like, how do I ever know? Who can I trust? Only love could kill me. So to me, that's Daenerys right there.
Yeah.
She's going on about, she's like in this coldest war, and she dies looking up at your face. And I'm pretty sure this is also SZA's part, right? And the first part was The Weeknd.
Hmm.
So they're singing back and forth to each other, and I'm pretty sure The Weeknd is singing John's part, and singing Daenerys's part.
Hmm.
And then it gets to another section, and it's like, who's hotter, been a monster with a crown?
Yeah, I'm looking at the lyrics as well.
Yeah.
Been around, just waiting up. She gonna come around.
Yeah. I'm just jumping through to all the thing.
Yeah.
Danger's on my mind. Ain't no knife, dagger, bullet that can do it. For you, yeah, you know, I go right up straight through it.
Mm-hmm. Heavy around, but never for
Yeah.
a queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it says the last part, now watch me burn it down.
Yep. But the fact that it was so clearly about John, in that I was born in the ice and snow with winter wolves,
Mm-hmm.
and then it talks about basically a knife to the heart couldn't slow me down, and rises from his scars, nothing hurts me now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he comes back from the dead, and then you get the part where it's you wouldn't take my place, put me away, I'd die looking up at your face.
Mm-hmm.
How do I ever know? Who can I trust? Only love could kill me.
Which is how she did die, looking up at him.
Yeah. He killed her. Her love killed her. And it's all like, how do I know if I let you stay? How do I know if we did it your way? She's basically saying, I don't know if I can trust you.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't take my place. You're not going to usurp me on this throne. But then she dies looking up at his face. So when this song, I was like, oh my God, John's going to kill Daenerys.
Mm-hmm.
And I said that in April 2019, a month before the finale.
Mm-hmm.
So why the fuck did they let a song get released like this before? Because I can tell you, immediately after I heard this, I started a Googling and was like, does anybody else think this? Or am I just losing my mind?
I mean,
It's basically the storyline of the last episode.
mm-hmm.
Right? I was shocked. And then you get the whole, like, was it the season finale got leaked online?
Oh, I remember that, yeah.
Weeks before it was supposed to come out.
Mm-hmm.
So they had that whole issue. But this whole thing right there, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Putting out a song on the Game of Thrones Season 8 album, clearly about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even the cover art was like Game of Thrones and all like cold stuff, right? The whole theme of that thing. But I was shocked, because I was like, you just spoiled the ending.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole time I was going, oh, I really hope he doesn't kill her. Please don't have that happen. And what do? They have him kill her, and he, stabs her while she's lying in his arms, basically?
So they kiss.
Yeah.
And he stabs her in the back.
Yeah. And then holds her while she bleeds out.
Yeah.
And she dies looking up at his face.
Mm-hmm.
Her love killed her.
Her love
The
killed
Weeknd
her because
must have seen the episode.
Or The Weeknd got the deets from George R.R. Martin because he's a Weeknd fan and was like, yo.
Yeah, but it's just like, why?
Do you remember, speaking of that, do you remember when Maisie Williams went on Jimmy Fallon and she pretended she spoiled the newest episode of Game of Thrones?
Vaguely.
Where she said, like, oh yeah, so Arya dies, and she was like, and she acted,
right, yeah.
and she was like, oh no, I wasn't supposed to say that. He's like, can we cut this out? He's like, no, it's live. And she was like, oh my god.
Oh my god, I'm getting fired.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that, now that you mention it.
They could have, you know what, Marvel could learn something from Game of Thrones, because the amount of things that Tom Holland spilled, you know, go learn something from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, just release a whole song that spoils your series finale.
Exactly. And also get your actors to lie about things that happen.
Mm-hmm. Or just never give Tom Holland a script.
Exactly. They did that for Endgame. They didn't give him a script until they only gave him his lines, but didn't tell him what was before or after.
Yeah. I just final thoughts. Just the season 8, the 8th season of Game of Thrones just left a bad taste in my mouth, especially that final episode. It was just like, it disappointed me more than the season finale, the series finale of Lost. And that's saying something, because that is another place that the writers just decided to shit the bed. And say, oh yeah, everything that we've set up, all these mysteries we've made, all this intrigue we've created, nah. They've been dead the whole time, guys. Nothing matters. Enjoy your night.
Yeah.
Enjoy losing all trust in television for the rest of your lives.
My final thoughts. Jon deserved better. Brandon's a creep and a watcher. And fuck you, you don't deserve to be on the throne. Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah. You know what Bran deserved? He deserved to go the way of Tyrion's father. Death on the throne.
Yeah, he did. He did.
And for those who haven't seen that, Tyrion shot his father with a crossbow as his father sat on the toilet.
While his father was taking a shit.
Yes.
More specifically.
It was very satisfying.
It was very satisfying. Okay.
Bran wouldn't even see it coming. He'd be too busy watching everybody else coming.
Stop it!
It's just like low-hanging fruit, Rachel.
Stop it! It was low-hanging into the bowl when Tyrion shot his head.
Oh, I can say shit, but you can't. I mean, what?
What?
I'm losing my mind. I think the migraine brain is starting to hit.
You wrap this up. You're starting to lose your mind.
I don't know if it was ever there.
It wasn't, but it's been worse with all the migraines. Anyways, if you want to
watch things, but with your ears, you know, get it? Or podcasts.
Okay. You can find out when we're posting things so you can watch it with your ears by following us on Instagram. We're Inconsistent Podcast 1 on Instagram and Inconsistently Consistent on Facebook. If you have thoughts about Game of Thrones, you can send us an email. You can do stabby typing if you're mad. We're inconsistentpodcast1@gmail.com. If you disliked or agreed with anything I can't say this word, specifically said, there we go. You can contact me directly. My Instagram is _RachelVR_, or you can find me on TikTok. It's the same _RachelVR_.
You can find all of my social media handles, because they're all different, but you could find them all at my website, www.melanieflynnbooks.com. You can also find links to purchase my book, The Toy Maker, which, you know, I think it's pretty good. I've been told
it's not shitty writing, I'll give you that.
No, it's not cheap writing.
She doesn't cop out anything, and she won't give me any hints of the next book, which I'm very mad about.
Okay, I'll give you one.
Okay.
It's good.
Oh, fuck you. Remember to like, rate, review us on your podcasting app. Yeah. Also, we posted over 40 episodes, which, like, what?
It's insanity.
I didn't realize this. I don't know how people have been wanting to listen to us for 40 plus.
40 plus minutes, let alone 40 episodes.
Yeah, really, though. They want to listen to 40 plus episodes of us talking about random shit. But you guys seem to enjoy it, which is great. Thank you for all the love.
Yes, we appreciate you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to end this.
We just yell, bye!
Bye!